Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, April 2nd, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi. Our energy mantra for today is a little bit interesting. I am not the revolution I think I am. And bear with me, I promise this is not April Fool's, but when Spirit was like downloading these things, I was like, brains. So try to feel your way through instead of braining your way through. So this energy mantra for today kind of is like the Matrix, there is no spoon. The energy today, we have some shifts going on. We have the moon beginning in Gemini, making some connections, and then we have the moon shifting into Cancer. We have Venus today moving back from Aries into Pisces. So we're delving into water world. We go from, light water, there was some light water, to all the signs being, engulfed by water, which brings up emotional energy. Still, we are in a sign of fire, we are in Aries, and we are in our second revolution evolution day of Sun in Aries. So we have some shift going on, happening in and through this energy, some revolution evolution. But this is the thing, this is where it gets really interesting. So the water that's rising, the emotional energy that's rising, this moon in Cancer, which is going to be engaging the cardinal cross. It goes from cardinal cross, T-square to cardinal cross, because now all the cardinal signs will be engaged. It's going to bring up emotions. But this is the thing. This is where we need to focus. And I kind of got this in the cards, and I see that. Thank you, Lala. Lala's giving me kisses. She's like, I support you. I've got you for this. So the cards, I have Thunderbolt and Stress in reverse, giving way to a new vision and to gifts. And so what is coming through with this is some of these emotional waters that are going to be coming through, they're needed. It's like Rumi, the guest house. Mimi paraphrasing, invite every emotion in, basically, because it's clearing you out for a new delight. But a lot of times when these emotions come through with the moon in Cancer, with Venus retrograding back into Pisces, potentially bringing up old karmic relationship stuff, old karmic worth stuff, we may get caught up in the I am this emotional basket case. I am a failure in relationships. I'm not good at relationships because I'm not worthy. I don't know my worth. We get caught up in these paradigms. And this is where the thing is, I'm not the revolution that I think I am. Your revolution is shedding what you are not. The revolution isn't about turning yourself into something different. This goes back into my message the other day. Your potential, your infinite potential is seated within you as you move into this earth plane. So this is in you. So these emotions coming through, this stuff that's coming through, the revolution, evolution that comes through, the triggers that can potentially happen on revolution, evolution days, you are not these things. These are helping shed these things on you. So you don't have to over-identify with these things. Sometimes we find ourselves over-identifying with the emotions. And when we over-identify with them, then we really I don't want to say we become them, but we cling to them because this is part of my I am. And so Spirit today is like, nope, that's not who you are. It is your experience in this moment, an experience that can shift through if you can be willing to look at it as part of what you are shedding to come back in to the wholeness of yourself. So I hope this makes sense. It makes sense partially in my brain, but another part of me is like, do I have the words to offer you this? So hopefully those words helped. So let's actually look at some of the technical astro, which is feeding into this. We begin the day with the moon connecting to Uranus. Moon in Gemini, we've been talking about the moon in Gemini being a great reflector for us. And then Uranus in Aries. Uranus in Aries helping liberate our I am vibration, helping us shed off all these things. Now this is a really mental connection because the moon in Gemini brings up the mental energy. Uranus energy is very electrical and to me, like Uranus is like those neural synapses that are like making connections here and there. And this is happening at 23 degrees, which is a mental degree. It is a Gemini degree. So change is coming through the mind. And it's through the mind. The mind is the thing that holds on, but the mind is also the thing that allows you to be able to let go. And the mind is what can also help direct you to the witness that is witnessing all this. The witness, which is that wholeness within you. So this will be happening really early in the morning, so this may come up in your sleep. So if you find yourself, buzzing, stirring in your sleep with mental energy, notice what's really trying to come through, what's really trying to connect. Because oftentimes when that's happening, it's like a dog chasing its tail, and it's around and around in circles, but there's a connection point in the center. And so ask, what is this connection here that I need to know so I can stop going around in the circles? What is this pointing to deep in the center of me? What is this asking for me to release within me? A lot of times what it wants you to release is the worry around whatever you're spinning around. So just pay attention to that. The moon in Gemini is then going to connect to Saturn, shifting those beliefs. There is no spoon. Our beliefs about reality, our beliefs about who we think we are, this can all shift and come back into soul fire. This is 27 degrees. That is that soul fire, that soul passion energy. So if we can get past the dog chasing its tail energy, to me this connection may bring in some aha, there is no spoon kind of moments for us. It's from the Matrix, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before. So then, moon shifting into Cancer, bringing up emotional energy. That is happening at 11:27 a.m. Pacific time. So, afternoon, or depending where you are, evening for you. But this moon in Cancer will be bringing forth the emotions. Embrace them. This being human is a guest house every day. And something new comes through, a storm or a gale of wind, and that's the roomy guest house. It's clearing you out for new joy to come in. These emotions that come up over these next few days, it's important to witness them. Witness them, not just be like, I am the thing. So, moon in Cancer. Now, this moon in Cancer is connecting immediately to Venus. Venus in Aries, 0 degrees. This is where that worth thing may come through, and the emotions around this worth thing that you can now look at from this place of the witness, from this place of your wholeness. That 0 degree energy, your wholeness, your seated potentiality within you. And then from this place, allow whatever shift needs to happen and surrender to whatever shift needs to happen and will be happening with Venus diving back into Pisces. So Venus will move back into Pisces at 5:25 p.m. this evening. And Venus, as it's moving back in Pisces, it's coming up to Chiron. Chiron is right now 25 in Pisces, so they're going to meet up. They're going to come meet and really help shift, cut some of these old self-worth things. And the self-worth thing is so important. I meet with so many people, on a daily basis, and it's very rare that I find somebody who doesn't have some level of worth stuff going on. And a lot of times I do see that it connects so much deeper than just this lifetime. So it's just, this is the willingness to be, show me what I need to know. Show me how I can shift it. Show me how I can shed this from myself, because I realize there is no spoon. I realize I'm not these things that I have been identifying with, including this low esteem, including not knowing my gifts. That part of me that's not willing to connect into my gifts, I know that I can shift this. I know that I can release this. I know that I can shed this. The final connection that we have, again, speaking of worth, is the moon connecting to Mercury. Mercury is in Taurus. Mercury in Taurus is shifting our mental understanding around our worth, around our gifts. And this moon in Cancer, it wants to feel good. It wants to feel comfortable, but it has emotions that it's going to tap into. This connection is happening at 2 degrees. Nurturing is needed. We all have the potential to be the inner parent for ourselves. And so this connection may be calling upon you to show up for yourself and be the parent that you've always needed in order to help come back into your wholeness. Recognize that seed within you. Recognize the potential. Recognize the gifts within you. Spirit's like, hey, there's so much that you have not yet tapped into, and you don't think you're ready, but we're telling you in this moment. Oh, this is so funny. I've been listening to this in Abraham, and I was like, is this going to make its way into my horoscope? I guess it is. You're ready to be ready to be ready. So I've been listening to Abraham over and over the last couple days, and this is one of the things I keep hearing. You're ready to be ready to be ready to be ready. And this is what's happening in this shift, in and through this. Releasing this old stuff, releasing those thunderbolt moments. This thunderbolt in reverse is like, you don't have to worry about this right now, but you're still holding on to it. It's still causing you stress. That monkey mind is still waiting for this to recreate itself in your life, and it doesn't have to, but you've got to be willing to let go of it. So I think this is actually going to be a pretty major, interesting astro day. It doesn't have to be difficult, but I think your level of holding on to whatever is at this time is going to be what's going to make it flow a little easier, or feel kind of like the water world chaoticness of this energy. Because we have Lilith hanging out in Scorpio, we've got Vesta in the moon in Cancer, and then we've got Venus, Chiron, and Neptune now in Pisces. So strong water energy. And speaking of water energy, look who I pulled, the fish. And the fish is so interesting because the fish can be in its own flow and be honoring itself, or it can get lost in the tides, lost in the emotions of the things around it. So this is what this said. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. I've never actually read that word before, subsumed. Nothing pleases the fish more than movement. Let's see. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish can become lost without clear goals and intentions to spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish. The moon in Cancer, there's those lunar forces, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. So the peace and the calm of tuning into yourself, tuning into your inner feelings about whatever, so that you can move through it and release it and not be consumed in everybody else's stuff, which is going to be coming up over the next couple days. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. I hope it made sense. You know, those who are meant to get it, I believe will get it. Happy second evolution day of Sun in Aries. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your personal chart, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.